Hello, I'm Vigil, and this is my stream journal. The date is 5/5/2022. The time is 10:04 a.m. I theorized a new weapon last night, which is likely to come into existence rapidly. It's essentially a QR virus that's spread through the telecommunication system, infecting people with neurolaces. I did the analysis of it, and it's likely a common virus in the future after everyone gets neurolaced. I believe that it'll create botnet armies out of real people using ransomware, or it'll create zombies that automate the functions of the person based upon a simple algorithm. We definitely need to take steps to actively counter this threat. I'm on day 3 of my training program, and I buy a gym membership today. I get paid today on my minimum wage job. But yeah, so I think that part of my developmental program, or my self-development program, which is what ALIS is essentially, I need to train myself in identifying and eliminating threats before they become a reality within our environment as we work to build a network. Essentially, my belief, I use the same keywords all the time. Essentially, I think, I believe, well not, but America as an empire is slowly decaying. It's happening in real time. The economy, the stock market, speculation wealth, the real economy sucks, and they're trying to reboot trade with China, which is stupid. Our military we lose all the war games in our simulations against China, and our entire society is built on the transistor, but it's not hardened with Faraday cages everywhere, which means that a nuclear bomb going off, or a hemp or whatever flown in on an airplane or whatnot, who knows what, there's so many ways to get into our system with black swan events, like unknown zero-day attacks against our system. And with global warming, the rise of nuclear proliferation and other NBCR weaponry, the growing terrorist threat, which is being amplified by our strategies and tactics of the war on terror, with an open border, decaying education system and whatnot, our nation I think we could turn it around, but the willpower to do it, I don't know if it exists in our nation. But I think that we should definitely begin preparing resistance forces in the event that America falls. Republics are superior to any other model. I personally believe in limited citizenship, and I'll go into that in greater detail in the future. So my training program, I'm starting the physical aspect of it today. These journals are hard to do. I turn them on and I go to talk and my mind just freezes up. I have to start and stop several times. I hope that dissipates over time. What else? I'm gonna just continue doing what I'm doing, I guess. I believe I made contact with somebody from somewhere, I guess. It's crazy, but I saw another UFO right after there was a loud thump on my roof. I think they were doing it just to get my attention. I heard a thump, I went outside to see what it was, and there was a UFO, it flew away. It's not the first one I've seen. It's actually pretty common. I've seen gray aliens in the night, which they labeled as delusions and hallucinations, but who knows? Regarding the Aeon Society, I think that network needs to think long term. America thinks in this reality of 4-year terms, where the Chinese think in decades. I believe network and Aeon should think in centuries and millennium, kind of like the Hebrew and Christians did, and Muslims and whatnot, where you actively prepare for the future. But I'm trying to make contact with the future so I can begin preparing resource packages, technological progression development lines that we start now and are at this time for like various technologies they'll need, and tactics and strategies that we begin theorizing for all the enemy threats, like the alien hive mind, like you see in the Borg in Star Wars or Star Trek. I mean, the nanorobotic quantum neurolace, which passes through the laying on of hands, it self-replicates and connects everyone to an internet, their brain to an internet, which I believe the QR codes, which match the description of Revelations, which is scary. Like the QR codes and other virus delivery methods, we have to identify these threats ahead of time and work to actively counter them. But so the reason I brought up America was that we live in a plutocratic, limited citizenship hegemony. Like the argument that says democracy is superior, like limited democracy of a republic, yeah, maybe, but full democracy isn't what we have. American hegemony, which police states the world, and like essentially there's a limited amount of people who get to decide the fate of the earth, and most of them reside in America. But America believes it's a full democracy of libertarian values, but we actively work to destroy that around the world. I don't know, it's politics, I guess, modern 21st century earth politics, which are good for rationalization and reasoning, learning how to spot deception and lies, but not much. It's not something we should learn from in the sense of unless we're learning how not to do things. Like it's hard to avoid the politics when they directly affect you. But anyways, what else is there to talk about? I don't know. I think using the term A-list for my podcast is probably a good idea. I don't know. I'll figure things out as we go along. That's it for right now.